going to take a look at what I believe should be a viable opportunity for low-income housing. We're just going to walk around and take a look at the outside, then we'll go inside. The shell is already made. Well, the sun just came out, so I have to use my eyepiece and some ideas of what a true alternative for low-income housing. Here they've left room for a big window. I'm not sure what this particular building will be used for, but it's 15 by 40. I'm looking at making one 15, and I'm talking about the building part. It's 16 foot wide, but the eaves take about a foot. And then an individual can do the insulation, the basic wiring, cupboards, and get professionals to do the rest. This side for appearance, there's a gable or dormer, whatever you call. To me, and the one I'm proposing to do would be right in the middle of a 16 by 28 or 15 outside to outside of the wood. Well, now I'm going to step in through the door, one of the two doors in it, and obviously you have to have two doors. Now the interesting thing about this one, and I think I will do it on mine as well, is it's got 2x6 walls. Structure-wise, I think 2x4s would be adequate, but many small towns and cities require you to have 2x6 walls, and obviously you have more area for insulation, and like I said, you can just get bad insulation, and just about anybody can do it, or a church could help a low-income person run the wiring and get an electrician to finish the job. Here's what I'm talking about, the dormer. As far as, to me, on a 28-foot long house, you'd do this section right in the middle, so you could have kitchen and bedroom and then a living area either side of the main entrance door, and then a side door either to go to a separate garage or an area for a deck or whatever. You can see it's built strong, heavy rafters, and it's built here in Alexandria by a company that's makes small sheds. But as you can see, this one at 40 feet, as long as they make them, would work well also. more storage. The thing, if you're going to base on low-income housing, and I'm talking for real low-income housing people, but they're still civilized. They're not savage drug users or drunk all the time. They just have to learn to live with the essentials and part with all their precious junk, including myself. But I've lived in a 200 square foot area for a year now in 2 different communities, and to see what is really required to survive. The 200, I'm moving into a new 200-foot unit that they finally set it up rather as a motel room, as living quarters, with a full-size refrigerator, 2 hot plate cooking area, and my thought is that 400 square feet is all a person needs. 200 is livable, as I've proven, but 400 makes it comfortable. In fact, what I'm proposing is, with a 40-footer like this, you could replace these in a trailer park and be a much stronger, more protected in event of a storm, and would last for 100 years plus, just like any other house. Or if you wanted to, you could bump 2 together to make more of a typical 60, 65 foot long trailer house. Well, we just turn up, you can see how close the rafters are, and very strong. In a windstorm, this would be way better than any old trailer house. Now I'm going to go down and make a few measurements. So the first thought I'm getting at when you go to 2x6 walls, and of course just about all the old timers like me, we were raised in homes with 2x4 walls, and those houses are still standing. See what I'm getting here of their measurements with the 15-foot outside, you're sitting here at 14 feet 3 inches to the plate. In other words, from a standpoint of carpet, on a 14-foot wide roll, you can just take a 14-foot roll of carpet and roll it right down here, or linoleum, or hardwood floor, or whatever. But time you put your sheetrock in, you're going to lose another ½ inch, and potentially otherwise. When you put sheetrock in here, you're down to 14.2. And from a standpoint, if it did make logical sense that you had the stud boards and stuff, you could always bring those outside in, so you'd have a 14-foot area. And now my thought process here, that this would be a bedroom, and it could be a 14-foot wide bedroom, and with plenty of closet space and room for a bed. Once again, when I'm measuring here, that you get down to the center of this door on the side, it's 12 feet. And that's why I'm saying if one would move the dormer down to the center on a 14-foot wide, the door in the middle of a 14 wide, you'd still have plenty of room for a bedroom and closets here. And then if you put it in the middle, you could come through there and you could have your counter, your stove top, your refrigerator, and then your living area the rest of the way. And I think with a 28-foot, you can make that work real well. But I'm certainly not against this 40-foot. I'm just saying the 40-foot, the basic cost is some more, probably another $7,000 or something like that. But what I'm getting at is a starting point. And I've looked at a couple trailer houses that are 14-foot or 16-foot wide that are 28-foot long, and they're just used as a backup cabin away from the lake, and they are really nice inside. The one thing I'm wondering about, I want to be able to drop this house on a rock foundation. When I talk rock, just 3/4 inch rock, or just compact gravel, and then bring the piping and stuff into the middle. And because I've looked at houses that have a shower in the corner and a bathroom over here, which may be fine, but I'm just wondering, from a chance of protecting plumbing, maybe you should try to bring something in the middle. But maybe the cost of that is non-justified. But my mind is starting to work, and I hope you can see here, people, what I'm thinking about. And this particular part, this is the second one I've looked at in Alexandria, but I haven't found out what they're using them for. I finally got the phone number for this party, and I'm going to see how, with these big openings, if they've got big windows, or this is just going to be a playroom for the kids, or a bunkhouse for deer hunting, or whatever. But it has potential to really be interesting and very useful as low-income housing. And I think you'll agree.